off trail. No cameras, not even really looking at my phone today. Just gonna talk about my trip to the Dixie Mine Trail in the McDowell Mountains Regional Park. So, yeah, feel free to put your phone down, hang out, no need to look at it, but feel free to comment if you have questions or to stop by and say hi. But yeah, on this past weekend, my future family that I'm going to be marrying into this June came to visit because my, again, future sister-in-law or sister-in-love is her birthday was this Saturday, well, last Saturday, 24 on the 24th, golden birthday. So of course, we showed her around Scottsdale, went to Old Town Scottsdale, always crazy there. If you've never been to Old Town Scottsdale, you got to go one day, especially if you're into the club scene. If you're not into the club scene, I would not recommend going. But again, if you are, check out Riot House, El Jefe, Casamigos. Like those are the places that I like to venture to over there. But yeah, never fails to be a chaotic time. Um, but that's not the point of today's video or audio log. We're talking about what we did on Sunday. Sunday, we went hiking, and that was one of the wishes of my fiance's sister was to go on a hike. And so me and my fiance, we were thinking for the past few days and weeks, like what we should do. Like, should we go to Tucson again so that we can hit up Buendia, have more of the food that we got from there, and share it with her family, and then take a hike like we did 2 weeks ago? Or should we find something that's local? So of course we picked something that was local just because we didn't want to take too much out of their trip traveling around Arizona instead of being here in Phoenix. And so I was looking on all trails and scoping out different places. Haven't been to South Mountain yet, but yeah, South Mountain isn't. I mean, it's scenic, but it's not like the most scenic thing you could go on around here, at least in my opinion. From the pictures that I've seen and from what people have told me, I've already been to Phoenix's kind of regional park where Pi Peak or Pi Peak is. Climbed to the top of that, seen that. So I was like, we could do better. I knew we could do better. And then I thought about Scottsdale, a little off to the east, the McDowell Mountain Regional Park. Me and my fiance, we've walked through the foothills part of it about 2 years ago, but we've never actually been in the park, like almost like into the mountains on that other side. Because when you're driving up the 101, yeah, you see the McDowell Mountains a little off into the east, but you don't see on the other side. For that other side, that's basically Fountain Hills area. And so looked on all trails, and this Dixie Mine Trail, which I've never heard of, had an enormous amount of views. It was like 1,800 views. And then there was this other trail that was called Scenic Trail, but it had like 800 views. And I was like, well, it's her birthday, so I'm gonna go with the most, well, with the one with the most views. Like it just, 1 + 1 = 2. They all agreed to do it. They said they were up for a moderate hike, and we went there. So we got our pho that morning, and we drove up through Fountain Hills. And I don't know if y'all have ever been through Fountain Hills, Arizona, but oh my gosh, the houses are so nice. I mean, obviously multi-million-dollar houses in the hills. The view's stunning. You're living in the mountains. It's like, I feel like Fountain Hills is the Beverly Hills version for Phoenix. That's my hot take. Like, you got Beverly Hills, it's like where all the rich people live in the hills, and then you got Fountain Hills. Honestly, now that I'm saying it out loud, it just makes sense. You got Beverly Hills, which is in LA for the rich people, and then you got this guy's counting my cacti outside. That's interesting. Anyway, you got Beverly Hills. You got Beverly Hills in LA, and then you got Fountain Hills in Phoenix. Well, Phoenix Metro, Fountain Hills. But yeah, multi-million dollar houses, so nice, so nice. The people that were in my car, they were rolling the windows down, like recording as we were driving through. It was so beautiful. Like if I ever make it big, well, I'm speaking into existence. When I make it big and I get my money up, I'm going to Fountain Hills. Forget everything else. Nowhere else in the valley I'd want to be, other than maybe Apache Junction in the hills too. But I digress. We drive. It's a very curvy road up to the trailhead for the Dixie Mine Park. It's free, which I was thanking God, because most of the trails I've been on for the past few weeks here in 2026, you got to pay for everything. $10 here, $7 here to park your car in the lot so you can go walk the trail. But we showed up and I was prepared. I had my 30 bucks in fives. I was ready for anything. But we got there and it was free. Go figure. You prepare to pay and you don't have to pay. But I wasn't complaining though. I wasn't complaining at all. So we get out the car, we go to the trailhead. Of course, they're from Georgia. They're taking pictures by the saguaro cacti, and it's amazing. I mean, they're taking pictures. The weather is 70 degrees. In the East Coast just got hit with a snowstorm. So they're thinking they're in paradise. And they are. I mean, this is the best time of the year to be in the valley where it's not 150,000 degrees outside. And so we walk. Now, when you start the trailhead, you walk through a residential area. Now, this isn't your typical residential area. These people have land. They're not stacked on top of each other like most suburbias are. So you're just walking past these nice houses. They got an acre of land, and you're just like, dang, like Lord, if I ever come upon some money, this is where I'm going. This is the final destination for me. You can bury me right on this hill right here. And so we walk, and I'm talking with my future father-in-law, and we get to the trail, and yeah, you go from asphalt to dirt and rock. And this was nice. The Dixie Mine Trail, it's not just this huge incline. Like, again, when I went to what is it called? Gilbert Regional, or no, Santan Mountain Regional Park. Now, when I went to the Gold Mine Trail and went up, it was just basically an incline the whole time. So my quads, my glutes, burnt. Going up freaking Camelback Mountain, burnt. Oh, Camelback Mountain was really tough. Like that was a mental challenge. There was a few times I thought I wasn't gonna make it. I ain't gonna lie, because I don't climb like that. Or even Paseo Peak, that was even more brutal. That was just like stair stepper the whole time. You think you're gonna reach the top, and then boom, it's like another mile, and you're like, dude, why did I voluntarily do this? I could have been at home. Again, I digress. So we're walking, and this Dixie Mountain Trail is a lot of chances where it dips. So you'll go up, and then you'll go flat, and then it'll dip, and it's just this wavy roller coaster. And oh man, this was the most scenic hike I've been on in, I think, my entire life. Um, let's see, got some comments. Oh yeah, Arizona is for brokies. LOL, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, so then I'm hiking, right, and we're going, and there's just tons of cacti everywhere, and there's rocks. The sky is clear blue off in the distance. And you can see for just miles and miles. You see the four peaks, the four humps mountains off in the distance. That's like 7,000 feet in the air. That's their elevation, and then you got the McDowell Mountain, Thompson's Peak to the left, and it's just, I mean, you're just surrounded by mountains, and you're walking through, and there's desert brush, prickly pear, ocotillos, you name it, barrel cacti, anything that you could think of as far as desert scenery. Oh, it was perfect. And her family was loving it. This is exactly what they came here for. I'm delivering on the promise of a hike that was one to remember, and one that wasn't too strenuous to the point where people are like about to meet the father, the one. So yeah, we're walking, and we finally get to this spot where there's a sign that says Dixie Mine Trail down. And we look to the right, and it's just this, not a drop off, but a very steep decline, very very steep decline, not incline. And so then we were like, okay, shoot, walk down there. And then we go up again, go up, 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 final push, boom, mine shaft. Now, I don't know what y'all are visualizing, but when I thought I would see the mine shaft, I figured it'd be looking at it like you'd be looking at it horizontally, like straight on. Like you get to the top, it's flat plateau, right? You look and it's the mine shaft, And yeah, it's blocked off. They warned us that it was going to be gated or blocked off, but you see it, boom, it's there, mine shaft. But that's not what we saw. So we get to the top, it's flat, and I'm like, where's the mine? But then I do see a bunch of iron bars on the ground, these rusted iron gated like bars, like a checkerboard on the ground. And so, I'm the first one up there. So I walk over to it and I'm like, yeah, this has got to be it. Look over, and it's just this pitch black hole in the ground. Pitch black. Like I couldn't see nothing. And it's a mine. Like, okay, like obviously it's going to be pitch black. And it's been abandoned since I think 1977 or the 80s. I don't know. But yeah, you look over and yeah, it's just black. And I saw on the bar there was a gate that had been broken, like something had landed on the bar and then fell through. That's what it looked like to me. Like someone, and I don't know, maybe I have to look at the news and see like did anybody go over there who wasn't supposed to, and then they fell through. Because yeah, when you look over again, pitch black, like 100-foot drop, maybe. I couldn't see the bottom, and you couldn't just walk in. It was basically a vertical look. Like I'm looking down into the ground. And so you probably had to be, what do you call it, carted down or like an elevator. But this mine opened up in 1877, so there's no elevator per se. But they had lowering systems. Again, I'm getting off track here. Something fell through that fence, because then is the fence that fell through, and there was this bar, like they reinforced it with something else. So I'm like, dude. And then I don't know if y'all have seen this movie Talk to Me, but I looked into the hole, saw this like blackness, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dang, if you fall in there, that'd be I don't even know if I'd want to like to survive that. I'm not even sure. That'd be, I mean, I'm talking pitch black, drop, you're gonna break something, and now you're just in darkness for hours. In best case scenario, I guess. So I backed away. From the hole. I'm like, that's just I just don't want to fall in there. I don't want that to be my story. That can be somebody else's story, but that's not going to be my story. So yeah, we all kind of like, go around and look. Someone did step on the bar and was immediately corrected for that. And then yeah, so backed away, took pictures. Again, you got the whole valley in the background, the whole valley, and sun started to set behind the mountains. So we were like, okay, picture time's over with. So then we all hiked down, and yeah, once that sun disappeared behind the mountains, the temperature started to plummet. That's the thing about the desert. There's no humidity really. So once that sun starts going down, it starts to really get cold fast. Um, and it wasn't brutal. It wasn't like, oh, now I'm seeing my breath, and now oh gosh, we're getting frostbite. It wasn't that bad, but you could feel it though. You could feel it when that sun's out, warm, taking off layers, jacket around you. Sun just peaks behind the mountain. I'm not even talking like it's gone down, just like a little, just behind the mountain. No sunshine, cold. Starts getting cold. So yeah, we had a very brisk walk back to the car as the sun set, and of course, while it's setting, the sky is turning all these shades of purple and orange. I can still see it now. It's so vivid. Purple, orange sky, and then the ground starts turning different colors, because when the sun's up, the sun's very harsh. It bleaches everything for the most part. And when it starts to go down, that bleachiness goes away. So then you can see more colors in the ground. Like the granite was whiter or more pink. So you're just seeing all these different tones that you didn't see before. So it felt like we were on two different hikes. Like going there, we were on one hike and it was desert bleached. It was green and blue for the most part. But then going back, it was purple and shades of dark brown and white and pink and red and green. And it was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. And one of the greatest parts about being in Arizona is the natural beauty that you're surrounded with. So we made it back. The hike in total was about uh, maybe 5 miles total, 5 to 6. When you go into the hike, when you go to the mine site and then back, about 6 miles. So we got back, got some in and out afterwards, and yeah, I mean that was the journey. So I just wanted to share that story with y'all, and I appreciate y'all for sticking around and listening. But yeah, stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about my little weekly update for what Silt's been up to. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later on. Take care.